Değerli esport izleyenleri, Scottie Wilbekin özel röportajımıza hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Welcome, Scottie.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited right now. It's the best part of the year.
Right, it's the excitement parts of the year, and right now we're in a very, very beautiful place. It's the Fenerbahçe Museum.
A lot of trophies.
Like I actually, when Didem was having an interview with Tarek, you were looking around, you were checking the trophies. Is one of the trophies gonna arrive this year?
I mean, I hope so. I hope we can add one or two to the collection. There's quite a lot. I'm sure we can make room for two more, though.
Of course. It's a great feeling from your side and as the fan side, because there's a huge hope for you guys from Fener fans and Fener people. Yeah. And this year is the year, might be, no?
Yeah, I mean, we've done our job so far. We didn't get home court like we wanted, but, you know, still got a good matchup and with a chance to the Final Four. And that's all you can ask at the beginning of the season. So, yeah, hopefully this is the year.
Exactly, and we're going to talk about these during this interview. So I want to go back to the beginning of the year. Were you imagining that you would arrive to this point as Fenerbahçe Beko, where you ended the regular season? What was the hope? What was the mentality?
Last year.
No, from the beginning of this year.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the preseason was a little bit tough. But going into the year, I thought that we would, of course, make the playoffs. Probably thought that we would get home court advantage, but we let that slip through our fingers with a couple games that we feel like we should have won. But, you know, that's in the past now. We're here, so got to make the most of it.
What changed during the season? Because everybody was talking about Sharas Jasikevičius, obviously. Since he arrived, people were calling you unstoppable, a team who got the rhythm with them and who got the momentum, who got the whole courage and motivation. But what do you think, other than Sharas, what changed?
Well, other than Sharas, I would say that when there's a coaching change, everybody kind of has like put into a little bit of a shock, and you get a boost of energy just from, it feels like it's almost the start of a new season, and everybody's starting from zero, and you have to prove yourself for a new coach. So there's just, you have a little bit more in the tank to give for practices and games. So other than his tactical changes, which I think helped us a lot, I think that could be attributed to some of our success.
Yeah, I agree with you. And about you, individual perspective, let's call it like that. Scottie Wilbekin, during this whole season, you played 25-minute average. I have the stats with me, and you have 13.2 points, 2.2 rebounds, 3.4 assists, and 1.1 steal, and 12.9 PIR. So how do you rate this?
I would say it's pretty good, especially coming off last year. The amount of time that I missed from injuries, I wasn't sure how this year was going to go. Last year didn't go the way I would like it, as good as I would like to play. But I think I'm happy with the way that I've responded this year, and you know, hopefully I can continue to get better through the playoffs and next year be even better.
And you have, during this whole season, 102 three-pointers out of 257. Does it make you happy?
I mean,
when you look at the numbers.
I wish it was 200 makes and 257 attempts, but I'm happy with what I have.
And when you look, because I gave you all these stats, it doesn't matter right now where we are during the playoffs. What do you think about your whole role with the system of Sharas in this team?
I'm happy with my role. Basically, I do whatever I can. I started off starting when he first got here, but he had a conversation with me and thought that it would be better for the team if I come off the bench. And, you know, he's sensitive to players you know, and what they want because he was a player. But I don't have a problem with it. As I've said a lot since I've been here, I just want to win. And if coming off the bench or changing my role in any way can help the team, I'm all for it.
What you can put more than this right now during the playoffs, and if Fenerbahçe will make it to Final Four, what would you like to add to your role and your performance?
I wouldn't say add anything to my role, but for my performance, I just want to be as efficient as I can be with the opportunities that I have within my role. You know, that and just bringing energy to the team, leadership where I can, and just keeping everybody focused on the main goal, which is to advance to the Final Four right now.
Can you call yourself a leader?
Yes, I think I can. I think the other guys would as well.
And what makes you be a leader as a basketball player?
I think it's mostly within you as an individual, and then the coach putting trust in you, and also the other players putting trust in you. Because if they don't care what you have to say, then you're not leading anybody. So the guys, I think, trust me, and so I'm able to lead in some ways.
Yes, I think you're a leader, by the way. Yes, I agree with you. I was curious about that. And right now we are in playoffs as Fenerbahçe Beko, a Turkish team that can be a champions during this season, and who can eliminate Monaco. But right now, you are going to face with Monaco during the playoffs. So what are the thoughts? And since, meanwhile, you were arriving to this point, there were two teams, Barcelona or Monaco. And, well, individually, since we were talking about individuals a lot, I wanted Barcelona a lot because of Sharas, Nigel, Nicolates, because of the former players. But yes. What were your thoughts?
I like the Uber Eats menu more in Barcelona, so I wanted Barcelona a little bit more. But other than that, I don't know if there's a specific opponent that we prefer to play, because don't have home court against either of the teams, and they're both great teams. They play a little bit differently, but both still great teams. So it didn't really matter. Now we just have to focus on a team that plays more one-on-one than a team who has a little bit more of a system in Barcelona.
In Barcelona, yeah. And Monaco, the guards. Shall we underline them?
You can underline them 3 times.
3 times, right? So what do you think about it?
It's definitely a tough matchup every time you go against them, and especially in the playoffs with 3 guys like they have that can score 30 points any night. It's definitely a challenge, and it's going to have to be a team effort with our game plan to stop them. And I think however locked in we are to the game plan and however together we are as a team will dictate how well we do against them. But obviously when you have players of this caliber, no matter how good defense you can play, they can still hit tough shots. I think the key for us will be how many tough shots we make them take, and as opposed to the easy shots.
And I think it was like around 3 weeks ago when I was interviewing Shane Larkin after the Fenerbahçe Beko Anadolu Efes game of EuroLeague. He was mentioning the underdog mentality. And I'm not saying that you have an underdog mentality, but you are going to play against a guy who is a top scorer leader in EuroLeague, Mike James. So what kind of mentality that Fenerbahçe Beko needs to have right now to a level like this?
I would say that we are the underdogs. They proved it with their record and getting home court advantage. Obviously, that's something that all of us wanted and every team wants going into the season. That's probably the main goal for the regular season. So we are the underdog, and we have to come in hungry. And like we were talking off camera, you could say, probably is the answer, that we've lost a little bit of our edge since maybe the Alba game. Nigel scoring 50 points, it was a real high for everybody. And I think we have to just find that balance, the underdog, the fight that we had earlier in the season. At times when we had people saying that we were unstoppable, you know, breaking records. I think we just have to find that again, and that will be key to how well we do.
I have no other thoughts than this, because it's going to be like this. That's what I'm thinking. And at the same time, you remember 2 years ago when it was a media day, pre-game, a preseason media day, and we were having this interview, and then you said, I'll be proving more on my defensive side of the game, of my play, of my game. And right now, since 2 years, can you say that you did?
Yeah, I think so. I've definitely put a lot more effort into it. It's still tough sometimes because there's great players in the EuroLeague, and I'm one of the smaller guys in the EuroLeague, so I have to hustle a lot. But I think if you ask anybody in our locker room, they would say I'm a totally different defensive player than I was in my days at Maccabi.
I can see that, and I can say that. But it was a great interview, and right now when we look back, we can say that, yeah, he did. So
I appreciate that.
He's been proving that. And Fenerbahçe Beko, this amazing, since we're here in this museum, amazing club, amazing teammates, amazing team members, amazing fans. How do you feel? Does it make you feel that you can say that you are home?
Yes. It feels a lot more, or let's say I feel worthy to call it my home when we're winning. And the fans are happy with us. But when we're on a losing streak like we are right now, it doesn't feel the same. Feel like we owe the fans more. And so hopefully we can give them what they deserve, and you know what we want to give them, which is a Final Four appearance.
And does it give you a pressure, this feeling that you have to prove them that you're winning and you have to win, and because these guys are supporting you, they've been traveling to Berlin or like anywhere around the world. Seriously, Fenerbahçe fans can travel.
Yes,
you know that better than me. So does it feel that you have a pressure on you?
Yes. When there's a club such as Fenerbahçe with all of these trophies and rich history and millions of fans that just want to see the team be successful. You feel the pressure, and it makes you want to win, not only for yourself, which of course everybody wants, but you feel a certain responsibility to make the fans happy also. Mm-hmm. And so it adds a little bit of pressure.
And probably you were waiting, expecting me to ask you this question, but do you see yourself, your future in Fenerbahçe, in this club?
I mean, yeah, I can see it. I'm happy here. I love it here.
The country.
Yeah, no, I love Istanbul. It's great. And I know I have one more year past that. I don't know. We'll see. But I could see myself staying longer.
And we have no access to that, neither the fans nor us. How was the chemistry inside of the locker room with you guys? Because after one interview, after one game, I remember your wife cooked cookies to everyone. The atmosphere was amazing. That's the only little bit part that I could have seen. But can you explain us, how was the atmosphere?
I would say the atmosphere is pretty good. The last, we keep going back to it, but this current losing streak that we're on right now has everybody a little bit down, but the chemistry is still there, and we still believe in each other. I think that's the most important thing. We just have to get back to winning, and it starts tomorrow with the game against Beşiktaş, and hopefully we can get that good rhythm back.
Mm-hmm. And if I asked to Scottie Wilbekin to make his EuroLeague first team and the second team, can you make that of this season? with the players, different teams' players?
I couldn't tell you. I see a lot of fans making their own lists,
Yeah.
and
That's why I'm asking you.
I don't even know. If you even asked me to make a list with excluding me, I couldn't. I could name you maybe a couple names that for sure I would say Mike James, Marcus Howard, and Shane Larkin. But that might only be because I see them on the top of the scoring list. I don't know.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But after that, Monaco, as you mentioned, Mike James' name. After Monaco, the playoff. What do you think, as the leader of this team, as one of the leader of this team, that the mentality should be in during the Final Four?
I think the mentality should be sacrifice. That's one of the main things Coach has been talking to us about the last couple of days. Just sacrificing for the team, whether that's making a foul and possibly, taking some of your minutes away as a player. If that helps the team, then that should be the most important thing. And I think we all as a team have to keep that in our minds so that we keep coming back to that, and that's the most important thing, and that's what we're mainly focused on.
Yes, as we all do. And I think one of the reasons why you should win and get the cup is because of the Fenerbahçe women basketball team, that they are back-to-back champions. So I would like to congratulate them throughout this interview too. And I want to ask you, what do you think about that? And do you have any communication, friendship from the women's side of this game?
Honestly, it's just amazing. And to go back to back, there's not many teams in any sport, men or women, that have gone back to back. It's a small list, so all credit goes to them. I know it's hard, and hopefully we can be joining them soon.
Yes,
at least with one.
Yes, exactly. And I want to ask you, since I'm having an interview with an American player, right now we have this record in NBA that NBA averaged 22.5 million audience during the regular season as attendance. And wow. Isn't it crazy? What do you think? What can be the success of this record in NBA?
I mean, it is the most, probably one of the most exciting leagues to watch. They have highlights every night, multiple highlights, and also they don't really play defense in the regular season, so there's going to be more highlights. You can't touch the players, so it's easier to get highlights, and that's what the fans love to see. So.
Yeah,
could be attributed to that.
I wanted to ask you, because I want to ask you as my last question. You're a player of EuroLeague, and EuroLeague, the attendance, the whole TV stats, they're raising day by day, and now ESPN is putting EuroLeague on the screen. So there's a flashlights on EuroLeague, and you're one of the leader, one of the top player in EuroLeague with this PIR that I mentioned during the interview. So what would you like to say as a player of EuroLeague, that how does this league makes you feel like, since you're in playoffs, since you played regular season, since you had a games like Bayern Munich game or a Real Madrid game that has this excitement, gives you the excitement?
I think it's great for not only the EuroLeague, but Europe in general, to have this access to the media in the States. I think it shows how the game is growing, and the leaders of the EuroLeague are doing a good job of promoting the league. I think since I've been in Europe, they've made a lot of progress, and I would like to see it keep growing, because obviously all of my family and friends back home are excited about being able to watch the games on ESPN. So hopefully it just keeps growing, and us as players will just keep providing good content.
And you're a silent, let's call it silent player, but now we have players that they can tweet that I'm the best, or they can say during the interviews I'm the best, I'm the best. So what do you want to say about this? Do you like that? Because I like it as a media person.
Yeah, I mean, no, it definitely is entertaining. Some of it is funny.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I think it's good for the league. You know, if you feel that strongly about yourself and you want to say it, it will be talked about on Twitter, Instagram. Maybe one day they'll be talking about it on ESPN. What EuroLeague players saying that he's the best. So that's not me, but for those that it is, you know, keep it going.
Keep it going and keep it proven, actually. No. Let's see on the court. Let's see on the court. Everything. So let's end with this beautiful answer, because I completely agree with you about that. And let's see the best team in the EuroLeague this season that they can eliminate Monaco.
We'll see.
We'll see. Thank you so much, Scottie, for your time, and good luck during the playoffs and hopefully in the Final Four.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Sevgili Esport izleyenleri, Scottie Wilbekin özel röportajımızın sonuna geldik. Herkese iyi seyirler.